to the trip. I got my man, Mr. Tom, with me. We'll have some guests, some other guests, or some other panelists join us in a little bit. But before that, hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. I got my man, Mr. Tom, with me, and in the back room, showing up as the show started. I got my man here. Tony's
Hey,
joining us. How you doing, Tony? Tony, we used to call Tony the one-legged man, but now we might have to call him the one-armed man as well. But we'll get into that in a little bit. How you doing, Tony?
Doing not too bad for waking up
Cool.
at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., getting out of the hospital at 6 a.m., having rotator cuffs are completely torn, rotator cuff, ground down part of the shoulder. Now I'm going to be stuck in this thing for like 2 weeks. This is as much as I can do right now.
Oof. Yeah, no,
I can't lift it. I can't even poke my phone. It's just like, because I put a nerve block, still numb.
Oof. All right. Well, Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
I love. Oh no! More important than anything, I love how you go. You words out of your mouth. We'll get into it later. And Tony's like, "No, I'm going to tell you my medical history right now."
Yeah, he already gave us. He gave us his medical history in the DMs. I'm still reading it.
Oh man. Yeah, Tony, I've had to take the week off work to read that thing. Bloody hell! No, it's impressive. No, seriously, it's genuinely good to see that Tony has made it.
I'm
So
the Granite Zaka of the group.
Yeah, of course, sure. So, but also, Matt has turned white. Sorry, what's going on?
I got a guest that's joining us. Alonzo, how you doing?
Matt turned white and has the English jersey.
Hello. Hi, Gary. Hey, Mr. Tom. Hi, Tony Tiger. How's everyone doing tonight?
We're doing good. Let me say hi to the people that joined us in the chat. Miss Melina has joined us. Miss Melina, thanks for joining us. Yeah, hope to see you in the next. Hope to see you in this one and many more. I'm glad to have you in the chats joining us. We'll get into some football chat in a little bit. BX Gunner, welcome. BX Gunner is joining us as well. And who else we got here? Oh, Gary to the rescue from the afternoon dinner couch. Oh, come on, you were sleeping. All right. You guys talking about some stuff, and Big Gunner's figuring out what's in the pipe tonight, huh? Tony, as you heard, he just had shoulder surgery. We'll get into a little bit more of that. We'll wait. Hold on that, Tony. And Alonzo has joined us. What else we got here? All right. Yeah. And Stan has joined us in the chat. Welcome to the show, Stan. And Matt, how are you doing? Like the Brady Bunch here almost. What's going on?
Oh, on three. Yeah, let's go. 1, 2, 3. We are top of the league.
We are top of the league.
We are top of the league. I said we are top
of the league. Come on, join him, Mr. Tom.
No?
What in the motley crew was that?
Yes.
I'm doing 12.
I'll sit and I politely tolerate it. I think that's good enough. I'm not joining in.
I am doing well, gentlemen. I am doing well.
Cool. So as you saw there, everybody, just to give everybody a heads up, Tony had a shoulder surgery, and so he did join us. So he's down a leg and down an arm as well.
I'm here.
Are they on the same side? Hope they're on the same side. Oh,
Oh,
they're on the
dear.
same side. Damn.
Oh,
I'm super gimp.
Oh man,
That is
crazy.
super gimp if you want.
I mean, you could be Korea after that performance today.
Oof.
Ouch.
Oof. And so, well, I guess we're gonna get into some football chat before Mr. Tom takes over with his nonsense. But
I thought
yeah,
Matt
we are still top of
was
the
coming
league.
with
Sigh, yeah,
nonsense.
it's we'll get into that. We'll get into why there's a sigh at the end of that.
We
Tony?
might be saying we were top of the league.
That's for sure.
That might be the new song.
Tony's a six. You know what? He's
Matt-
not even a $6 million man
Matt-
because they're not putting new pieces in. They're just taking them out.
Yeah.
Tough as they go.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. So last time, since we chatted last time, the knockout round started, and I believe USA started that thing off. Oof. Anybody who saw the US lose 3-1 to the Netherlands. Cody Gatboy and the boys from Holland basically punished us every time we made a mistake, and we made at least 3 mistakes. I think our team ran down. They didn't complete any of the plays on the attacks from Netherlands and paid for it every time. Finally scored a goal, but then just let it go again. So I kind of feel like it's a good experience for them. They're young. They're gonna learn that you got to play all the way through to the end. I guess I'll start counterclockwise here, Mr. Tom. I guess you were laughing at us, so go ahead. I'll let you go, and then
No. All I was just going to say is I hadn't seen America punished like that by an orange man since the 2020 presidential election.
oh damn, you got to bring that up too.
No, but but you were no. To be fair, I think it was. I think the fairest way to put it was the experience got Holland through, and it was a learning experience for a lot of your younger lads. Essentially, you shot yourselves in the foot really, because you got back into the game with a goal where. I mean, it's fortunate for Hardy Wright that you didn't win, because he would have had to spend the rest of his life lying about what his intentions were when that cross came in. So
You stop
ultimately,
speaking for a second.
sorry.
Gary, can you put up Stan's?
Yeah, Gary, staring at my mind. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, he looks like the Sith Lord over there. He looks just like
I don't know. I
the
just feel like trying something different than something different than the hat.
Pretending he's Samuel.
These aren't
Jackson
these aren't
has
the
purple.
football results you're looking
Where's your
for.
purple lightsaber?
to the dark side. Exactly what he looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Sorry,
I
Tom.
tried-
Continue.
All right.
You,
Go
please.
ahead. Yeah. Just I've got
Cheers,
since I've got a
Tony.
lot of people, I'm going to kind of do what we've done in the past. Give everybody a little bit of the FaceTime because
Oh
it's
no,
hard to see.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, all right.
I've
So
said my piece.
all
Yeah,
right.
you
So
got
Tony,
beat.
what
That was it.
Tony, what you got going on here?
He's not watching the World Cup.
Oh, that's right. You know what?
I do have
I cut him off. I cut you off, Tony.
He's not watching now.
I have a question.
There's
All right, he's
nothing.
got something. You got a question? Is it related to
Oh my
something?
God.
to the World Cup?
Don't start about these chips.
This
Don't start with these chips.
is a World Cup one's for Matt.
All right,
Chris.
there you go.
Why was Van Gaal half performance
Wow.
when they're up?
Because it's Louis Van Gaal. That's why. Louis Van Gaal is always upset. You got his Louis Van Gaal red army.
That's all I wanted to know.
Louis Van Gaal stays mad.
So tell me, Matt, about the U.S. game.
Well, that's what I told you. I told you that last week. I said we would struggle once we ran into a team that was relatively good because we were inexperienced. I mean, you saw it. We had our grand opportunity right at the beginning of the game, missed it, paid for it. And then we got back in the game and paid for it again. Naivety. And then what blew my mind today was I was eating dinner and I was watching a sports show, and I saw what they brought out about Berhalter's comments about, well, we need a striker. Well, brother, you left two right here in the States. I mean, that was right out of the book of Arteta. I said, man, what is he talking about? And like we didn't have a striker.
He left the striker that got
They got you to the damn dance. Yeah, that's right, Gary. It got you to the dance. You reward him by leaving him at home, and then say we need a striker. Brother, get out of here, man. You know, I talked to someone at the SEC championship, by the way, that we won this week. I want to throw it out there.
I want to say I didn't watch it, and it didn't go the way I planned, so I've already erased it. Did it? Oh, yeah. So it did happen?
Yeah, I was at the game. I was working the game. So
wow, nice.
I know it nice. But anyway, I ran into a fellow United States fan who was working in production, and he said he leaned over. He said, "I really kind of want us to get rid of Berhalter, man, and bring in somebody else." And I told him, I said, "Man, that's tough." But you know, I can kind of see because either one or two, this is going to work either one or two ways. He's going to learn from this, and we're going to make do, and we'll honestly, I think this would be a great, learning lesson for the youngsters. But there has to come a point where we're going to have to, if we're talking about really competing in 26, he's going to have to really, really look at the squad and look at what needs to be fixed. Now, our midfield is really good. That striking, brother, that ain't gonna cut it, man. That ain't gonna cut it. You look, Pulisic got us to the round of 16, but that relying on him is like relying on a donut going down the Jersey Turnpike. You know, you asking for trouble. You know, you asking for trouble.
You know, Gary's at Vincent's. Gary's in New Jersey.
I know, that's why I said it, because he knows what I'm talking about. Because you know, riding on a donut on the Jersey Turnpike ain't cutting it. So, you know, on a restricted roadway at that for all my Geico folks. So no, you know, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. He's gonna have to start. You know, these strikers they left at home, but you have to make it up. And we need to start getting ready for 2026 like today. We don't need to be, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now. You know, we got what the Gold Cup coming up in year after next, and next year what is it? I think it's what next year, right?
Is it 2 years?
3.5 years from.
It's every 2 years. Is it every 2 years now?
Yeah.
I forgot how they got it slated now.
I think
yeah.
I think it's every 2 years because like the Euros are in 2024, and I think the Gold Cup is also.
There's one in 2023.
Okay, yeah, next year. So yeah, they need to be getting ready for ASAP. They need to be, getting prepared to play. Because
Matt, you're right, because they have the Europa shit every year now. They have the Nations League. What's the difference between? It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, they just need to get prepared and start working on having the team prepared for 26. We're probably not going to have to qualify. I'm almost for sure we're not going to have to qualify, but they need to go ahead and start getting to work if they plan on being competitive, because the last thing I want to see is America flop on American soil. We need to at least be extremely competitive. And we've built a base with this team, and I think like I said, I'm proud of the guys, but I just knew y'all know I'm the voice of reality around here. You know, I see it for what it is. I just knew that, you know, I had some folks talking about we going all the way, and I'm like, going all the way where? We out of here after this round. I was like, the bag's already packed. They know what's up, you know. So cool. And then if we would have won that game, we would have had who if we'd have won, we would have had to play what, France?
Yes.
Argentina.
No.
Argentina. You already know what's coming down. That you already know. Yeah, we're on the collision course for Brazil and Argentina.
All right, we're gonna move on a little bit. Let somebody else have a chat, but let me just go into the chat real quick. Alonzo, you're up next. I guess everybody's liking the hoodie or not liking the hoodie. The Blade movie. Oh, all right. A Blade movie extra. Ooh, does that mean I'm partying in the club? Because I'll do that. There we go.
He looked like something off of Blade 3.
Blade 3. Not even the good one.
Bingo,
I know. I like
exactly.
the first one. I didn't like
Exactly.
Stan's
That's
giving
right.
us
We'll get it. You know,
back.
we'll get into this as well. We'll talk about Arsenal and what they're doing. But it looks like they went either searching for. I guess they both got their contracts sorted. So at least this time we know they're talking football, right? So Sam has joined us. Welcome to the show, Sam.
Only 20 days until club football, guys.
And we will talk about Stan. I saw your comment there about Lacazette and Aubameyang. We'll get into that. What else we got going on here? Tony says Sam is the king of Chicago. All right. Yeah, we'll get into your comments about Nketiah as well. And what else we got going on here? Oh, is this one? Sam says this is the best podcast. Everyone says it. People tell me that the best. Gary's the best guy.
You
Doing the best
got to
podcast.
read.
It's
You
just
got to read
great.
it in the other voice. You got to read it in the other voice, Gary.
What other
You
voice?
know that from Saturday. You got to read that in Orange Man voice.
You need to read it in a Sith Lord voice.
Oh, I don't even know how to do that.
You got to read it in Trump voice.
Oh, I know. What?
Come on with the hands. The hands. Come
No,
on.
I don't. No. You know what? Can anybody do it? Because I can't do it. I don't.
It was literally 2 days ago.
I know. I never did it.
This is the best podcast. Everyone says it is. People tell me that the best. Gary's the best guy.
It's
He's the
bigly.
best guy.
Oh, wait,
Big
let me
league.
switch. All right,
Doing
there
the
we go.
best podcast. The great. It's the best. The best.
Why does Tom's father?
What's that?
Why does what?
Why do you sound like you're from? You sound like a very famous actor.
Oh, I don't know.
I played.
But let's let
Godfather.
Alonzo talk. It's Tony. You're rambling. Alonzo talk about the U.S. game, and then we'll get to Tony's analysis of the U.S. game, even though he says he didn't watch it. But that'll be next.
Right. So, going into the game now, I kind of thought that, Holland were far better. I think that they had a lot more to prove. Even if they lost they didn't make it in 2008. So they feel like this is their best chance to win a World Cup, at least go far. So I think compared to USA, Louis Van Gaal had him ready to play, and he has the experience, right, with the team from 2010, 2014, they made it quite far. So I think the great ball culture was pretty much out-managed and out-coached by the beginning. And one thing I had an issue with was also the lack of goals, but also the lack of man marking, which I believe led to 3 out of 2 goals. I think they let that try right open, and they also let Daniel Blank open too. So I think it's fair to Holland and how the formation is. They have both wing backs score against us, so that's really telling itself. And the Holland I think is a far better soccer country or soccer nation rather than us USA. I mean, we did our best, but we're just too young right now. I think that shows. Also, center backs are just getting older as well, like Zimmerman and Tim Ream, I believe. So, though we have experience, I think Tim Ream plays a role, but that's not enough experience. As far as veteran center backs have been in the league for a long time. So, I think that we have our issues. Obviously, I think that, like Matt said, you have to work on them now, not wait 4 more years to see our next wins come through. And we need strikers, obviously. I think we had 2 of them home, and I think Haji Wright wasn't good enough. Neither was Sargent. I think that there's the kind of showed his class. Him not being in the first tier Premier League to where he's in Championship. He's just for goals, I guess. So I mean, there's a lot of issues with Team USA soccer. But yeah, hopefully it's a learning curve for the players. I think that they're close. We're not best level, I guess. So.
I hear you. And the fact that you were talking about the older players, and you had Morris sitting on the bench, and you don't bring him on until about 10 minutes left in a match when you need goals, and that's what he brings to the table. That's why you've got him, and he didn't use him until late. So maybe that's why he needs to go. Maybe that's why he needs to learn as well. So Tony, I know you want to say something about this USA game. right?
I have absolutely, but I'm curious how much the younger players feature more of the mix. And answer my question, Alonzo. Were they mainly playing young players, older?
And the center backs they played Kareem, who's like 100 years old. I don't know if you're joking. He's like 40, something like 30, like mid-30s. And German, I believe, is older as well. But midfielders were pretty young, I guess. Wilson McKinney, they all played good. I think Tim Weah played okay. And unfortunately, I think Matt said that we lean too much on Christian Pulisic to do things and make things happen. And it's kind of like, Gio Reyna, to me, should have got more minutes, obviously. He did okay against Holland whenever his name was called, but other than that, it's kind of frustrating because you could all speculate on why he didn't get more minutes. And seeing our best players not being played is kind of, question marks. I think Sergio Dust did okay. I think Robinson, he did fair. But again, they were exposed, and you got to coach better man marking, and that's what they are at, I guess.
I hear you. I hear you. And we'll let Mr. Tom start our chat a little bit. But yeah, you guys talking about both Pulisic. I don't think we need an injury prone player. I mean, the man scores and he's out. He's always guaranteed to get injured, and we don't need that. We don't need that at all. So, Mr.
He's
Tom,
like an Arsenal player.
yeah, exactly. That's why we don't need him. And Mr. Tom, I guess we'll get into the England match. England, as you can see within the scoreline there, basically, finished off Senegal. Didn't really give them an opportunity to get any part of this game. And
Well, for the first
3-0
40 minutes,
was quiet. That's
England
right.
weren't particularly great, but then we hit them with the 2 goals just before half time, and that was it was, with respect to them, it was pretty much done as a contest. And then the second half played out as like largely a victory procession. But it was the overall performance was exactly what you need before you go into what is obviously going to be a difficult game.
Definitely. Yeah, I guess I forget that first 40 minutes. It was painful to watch. It was really slow, really slow. You're like trying to figure out what is going on here.
I mean, it was typical. It was typical England, man. England tends to it's Southgate ball. They start slow, and then you get some kind of wild counter attack. They'll score, and then it's pretty much the brakes are off. But they're not gonna be able to start slow on Saturday. I know that. You start slow on Saturday, that with the way Mbappe and Giroud playing. I mean, Giroud has completely. I mean, I've always liked him, but he is really aged like fine wine. Like he is like really got really good. I'd pay to bring him back right about now.
Yep. I kind of feel like he's not really doing anything different. He's just a bigger part of what they do now.
Well,
right?
they've got the difference between this is what I told people when we had Giroud. He has everything around him that we lacked. We lacked outside of Alexis Sanchez. We needed extra players with pace around him. We wanted him to be what Jesus is right now. Somebody can run down the field and score a goal. That's not what his strong suit is. His strong suit is hold up play and linking up, and that's literally what he's doing with France.
And so heading the ball in. Don't forget that one.
And heading the ball. Yep, and heading the ball, of course. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to that game Saturday. That's gonna be a good game. That is gonna be a really good game.
Yep. And you guys have started it, so I guess we're gonna go off on a tangent here, like we usually do. And first things first, we'll get into this and go from there, I guess. Gabriel Jesus did not make it through the World Cup. I think he's home now. He's back in London right now while the team is in.
No, he's still
I've
there.
already
Dubai.
offered Arsenal.
I thought he left.
I
I thought he was on
offered
a plane.
Arsenal a solution.
No, I thought he was staying. They say he was staying.
I thought they sent. I thought there was a Instagram of him on a plane with either his daughter
Coming
or
back.
a little baby going back to England. So I thought he already was returning.
Maybe
see
he
the
left and
doctors
came
in.
back.
Oh,
Maybe you guys are both right.
Guys, don't fret about this injury. I've got a solution to your problem.
oh.
You've got a player who hasn't scored for 2-3 months injured, no problem. I'm going to give you a like-for-like replacement. You can have Patrick Bamford on loan for the rest of the season.
I
You'll be
was about to
fine.
put you on the big screen, and I decided no. You just went. You went
I thought
all the way.
he's
You
a
went all the
fucking
way there.
Sayedian.
You went all the way there. I'm
He's
not doing
not.
it. I'm not even putting you on there. Not even putting you on there.
I'm telling you, Bamford's he's the medicine to your ailments. I'm telling you.
What about
I
we
hear
got an Nketiah for y'all, man.
You can have him.
Oh
now.
man,
Tom
I
said
would,
he withdrew his offer about a month
I'd snap your hands
ago.
off for Nketiah, but we've sorted out our striking.
Oh,
lines, haven't
you're
we?
all right. You're okay. You don't
Tom,
need him anymore,
I
huh?
thought like
And
when
you know what? All of this
drew your
starts with
offer.
this comment right here. You know, we lose.
Mr.
we
Greenwood,
let-
you can't say that.
What?
You can't say that. Bamford kept Nketiah out of the team. That's not my opinion. That's factually what happened.
I'm missing. I'm not even caught up. Where am I at?
But I will forgive Mr. Greenwood because we hadn't signed him yet, so he wouldn't have been there. So
You know, I actually read Sam's comment in his voice. I can hear him saying that.
Yeah, no, Nketiah. I remember. I resemble Benjamin Mendy. Is that? I don't know. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good at all.
not according to the legal system. It's not.
Well, yeah. And Nketiah, of course, is making lots of change. Yeah, it's time for him to show up. But I thought I've already seen enough. What more do we need to see? I kind of felt like we've seen what we needed to see. I don't think
You'll
it's
be
going
fine
to change.
with Eddie up front. You'll be fine. You'll get the Champions League spot. You'll be fine.
We don't have
title.
all the things that
we don't want-
Jesus does that don't involve standing in the box.
Greedy Arsenal fans. Out of
those
greed.
things.
Just be happy with top four. It's what you wanted this time last year. Just go for it.
That's why we need to get somebody different than Nketiah. Better should be easy, I believe.
Have
Yeah.
available, Gary.
Sorry, gentlemen in the white England shirt. Can you take your glasses off for 10 seconds, please? I've got a suspicion. Could you please?
Come on, Alonso.
You won't do it. You're not gonna take your glasses off.
Lonzo ain't studying that shit.
Glasses off.
Oh my God! It's Alonso all along. I was thinking, who's this guy to put it? I was like, he's familiar, and then I was like, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
I thought you were just saying Joshua Baron Cohen.
Yeah. No, I as I said, I think we've seen more than enough of Nketiah to know whether or not he's going to work. He's not going to work. They put a lot of money into him for what? I'm not sure, but I would expect if he had what they wanted, we would have seen it in the Europa League.
Who's
And
eating?
what
It's
we-
making me hungry.
Yeah, and then I hear. Then you know what I hear? I hear from a lot of people. Well, he doesn't get enough games. Well, guess what? He played every Europa League game once a week. Jesus played once a week. Just happened to be in the Premier League. And you can see the difference in the quality. And if Nketiah is playing against lesser talented teams, you would expect him to be able to perform consistently, and he wasn't able to, regardless of who he's playing with, because he did get opportunities to score. He needed to go in there and show that he can do some of the extra work that Nketiah does. And I'm sorry. Did I say extra work that Nketiah? Extra work that Jesus
I
does?
was sitting here going through my packages, and I had to stop when I heard that. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I just made a mistake that was really bad. But no, I don't know what you guys think. I don't think we're going to see anything more from Nketiah just because Jesus is hurt.
Yeah, and don't fall victim to this this preseason Dubai tournament hype. I mean, he scores anytime the doors are closed. But when it's open, that's the problem,
Yeah.
And his stand is 100% correct in that. Lazy and convenient. That's how we operate. He is 100%.
It's fear.
correct.
It was fear.
Fear.
It's in case he went somewhere else and banged 20 goals in.
Yeah.
That was
Where
what
is
it
he?
was.
He's not. That's the thing. He isn't. You've already. What? I don't understand.
Tom, say it again. What was that word again, Tom? Say it again, Tom. Fear.
Fear.
That's
Fear.
it. Fear.
This Arsenal team has looked at so many players and said, you know what? No, we don't want them. And how many of them gone off and done wonders elsewhere?
Too many.
Who?
Hey, I'm not the decision
Since
maker, and I
Arteta's
didn't
been
give him
there, how many
the
players have-
give him the 100 grand.
How many players has he let go that you went, damn, I wish we kept him?
2.
Oh,
You talk. I
Guendouzi.
mean, you can't bring up Gnabry because that's long before Arteta was here. Guendouzi. That was a personality trait, right? So that had
That's
nothing to do
one.
with talent, though.
Come on, Lonzo. I know you would have called another one. Go ahead, Lonzo. Who you got?
I can't think of one.
No, I think Guendouzi is the only one, but I think that was more of a case of that wasn't a case of he wasn't performing for us, so we got him out of there. It was more
Maturity issue.
Hey, pull up Stan's comment. Gary.
It's the same old Arsenal shit. You're not going to sell him, and deep down, you all know he's tethered to you for 5 years.
This is what you do, and I told Lee this, and I may have mentioned it here, but I know I told Lee this. You take the salary that we're supposed to pay him. You pay part of it up front, and then you move him on. It's either that or we're gonna have to eat this and it's gonna suck. And he is 100% correct. We have painted ourselves into a corner again. Arsenal, we're becoming a club that pays players to leave.
Yeah.
Now, the regime, when they came in, that what were we told? We were not going to allow this kind of stuff to happen again. And here we are, right here again. Just imagine had we not had him on the books.
Yep.
And we need it right now. We have been talking about this, Gary. I have talked about this since the season started. I said we were naked. I told y'all. I said we were in the nude, and here we are.
I've said this multiple times. That summer window where we could have got like Edouard or who else was it? Daka. We could have sold Nketiah that summer, I believe. There was even talk, I think, if I recall, that Aubameyang to Barcelona was like a thought, and Lacazette, do we keep him again? We didn't do any of that. We kept all three, and then we let two of them go eventually after a year, and we're stuck with Nketiah. Jesus helps us out, but we still need a number 2 as far as I'm concerned.
We have got to go out and get a signing. Somebody, Curtis Shaw asked this question, and I'm with him on this, man. Curtis Shaw said he would take $5 million and he would sign Memphis Depay right about now. And I have to back him on that. $5 million for Memphis Depay, yeah, I'll take it. You got to think about this, Gary. Right? Think about this. Notwithstanding this Mudryk talk, because I don't know what the deal is with that, and this kind of goes back to what I said a couple weeks ago. These guys, Mudryk is the type of signing you make that in the summer, you bring him in. Right now, ask yourself: is this guy gonna come in and get us, to over the hump? We got to have somebody that's experienced right now that can get us over the hump.
Yeah, Mudryk, and for me, even I think maybe even Gakpo are Erdegaard kind of transfers that you do in January.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, we brought him in, but he wasn't ready. He got ready after the summer. But we don't need to do that anymore. We need, as I believe I read, that Arsenal wants players that can play immediately. They don't
immediately.
Yeah.
Well,
Zaha.
somebody has minded. It'd be perfect.
Somebody has what?
My name, Why?
Well, he's on his way to the hole. He's on his way to the hole for gambling. So that you can hang that up. He messed his stuff up.
Yeah, I think what is it? I think there was a player that had 12.
Yeah, he's got like
12 issues, and he was out for like 12 games.
He's out for 2 years, at least 2 years.
That was Kieran Trippier.
Yeah, Kevin Trippier. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I think one it's all right, you did it whatever a number of times, but you did it that many times. I think at some point it's not smart. Not smart at all. Not smart to get caught.
No, but Kieran Trippier got done for, a lot of people don't know it. What he actually got done for was he was telling people, he basically in a WhatsApp group told his friends that he was going to sign for Atletico Madrid. So he was telling his friends to bet on that. So it was actually only one offence, but it was a pretty big offence. Like Ivan Toney's been done, 200 times?
Yep.
Yeah, so so he's out of the picture. So realistically, you have to look around and say, okay, well, what's out there that we can get? You got what? Zaha, Memphis Depay, because Barcelona wants to offload him. It's the cupboard's thin, man. The cupboard is thin. I mean, you can go with the Wolves. I mean, they can already have a fire sale. I mean, that's an option. And then
we'll just take Rodrigo from Leeds, right? I mean, they don't need him.
And then,
I already told you can have Bamford.
And then you also
this is Trossard is another guy.
Trossard. Yeah, I forgot about Trossard. Yeah. That's another one, man. You go pay the money and bring. He's ready to go. He's in form.
Yep.
He's ready to roll, man. So I would look at bringing in proven Premier League quality if we're gonna cut the check. But like I said, I'm not one that's against a player like Memphis Depay coming in. And I'm glad Ronaldo signed that deal, so we don't have to hear any more of that. Well, what if we bring him in for 6 months? No. That's no.
And you talk about Wolves, right? Doing a fire sale. Does that mean you would inquire about bringing in Raul Jimenez?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Those are the kind of up under Wenger, man. Back in the day, those would have been Wenger type signings. He would have went in, dropped in a 20, 18, 25, back then, 18, 20, $25 million bid, and he'd be coming across the line. Those are the kind of deals. Those are the kind of deals that I think could get us over the line. Signing Mudryk on hype is not going to do it. And I'm not trying to sound negative about the guy. Me personally, I don't think we're in a window where we have to sign potential. We have all on this panel saw potential for the last 2 to 3 seasons. And no,
Welcome to the show, Thunderbird. What about Watkins or Ings?
Danny Ings, you have to ask, is that enough to get us over the line? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
He's a good number 2 if you have a one that's healthy.
He's not fit enough for what you need, though.
Yep. And Ollie Watkins, he's solid, but can these two get you over the line? You have to think about that.
Answer to both is no.
Yeah, it's like Gary said, both of them are great players. If they're great players. That's a good one. Somebody just BX just
stay away from my players, Stan.
Rebic would be good. Yep, and he's big and mobile. There's also another fire sale they're talking about getting to happen because they say Juventus is in hot water financially. I mean, you could go back and we could go back and revisit Dusan Vlahovic. That's an option there, depending on how he wants to go. Jonathan David is another good one. Yeah, Jonathan David is a real good one. But you know what you hear from that? Oh, he's coming from the French league. He's coming from the Farmers League.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know. I don't think we have the answer in the front there. But for me, I'm like, why don't we? What if we got, James Madison? Is it James Madison? Right?
The midfielder.
Yeah, because he can score, and he scores much better, I think, than what we have at with Xhaka and Erdogan. I know it doesn't sound like a good. It sounds like we're crowding that middle, but we're not gonna. If we can't find a 9 that legit, like the ones we're talking about are Zaha and who else? I mean, there's not that many and Trossard. They're gonna cost us a lot of money, or we go with, we make sure we're even stronger in the midfield.
But see, Gary, that remember early in the season, and over the summer, I kept saying we need a goal scoring midfielder. This is why you need a goal scoring midfielder, because look at City. They have goal scoring midfielders. You got, when you have a player that can play. Look at Brazil, scoring from all over the place. You got to, if you're gonna play the way that Arteta wants to play, and if you want to cover yourself for when players go down like Jesus, you got to have players scoring all over the place.
What
You
about
got to
when
have
Smith Rowe comes back?
Smith Rowe can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. You can't rely on him for a whole season. You cannot rely on him. He's a great player, awesome. I like him. I rate him. Cannot stay healthy. Cannot stay. He got injured in the warm down. Just let that sink in. That's after the game, after you drinking the Gatorade, you've taken off your shin guards and your cleats, and you're going out there and you get injured.
Yep.
That's a hot.
Down the road, I hope you were wrong about this.
Oh no, please God. I do not want to do a transfer show on my channel with Gary, and we make that signing. But if we make that signing, Gary, that will be a lit transfer window show that day.
Yeah. Bring back big Ollie G, huh? Yeah, you know what? Well, the trick is, like, as the stand says, that we should never sold them, but they you know what, I believe we knew what we had. We had somebody come off the bench and would score for us no matter what.
I mean, I like Giroud, man. I really did. I really like Giroud, man. I really like it.
This was my second biggest fear, the Jesus injury. I thought Partey would be the biggest one. So far, he's been all right.
Man, we still got what's his name still playing too. So you got I hope they get sent home, Switzerland. I hope they get dumped out.
Yeah, we can't deal with any more injuries.
Well, they play tomorrow, don't they? I think they get to play tomorrow. Dump them out.
Tomorrow. Yeah. I don't end of the title hope if we do nothing. If we don't we need to fill some holes. If they want to get experienced players in, then go out and get experienced players in and spend the money. All right. You're gonna have to spend the money if they're available, and it sounds like they could be for the right price. And I don't know, if you're not going to do it for a Premier League title, then when are you going to do it? Right? I know this only, we're like 14 matches in, but what better start? You can't get a better start than this, right? You can't get a better start than this.
4 seasons.
I'll say this. There is a little bit of a hope that at least I know we're probably doing something by what you brought up earlier about Kroenke and all them being seen together. That's actually a good sign. If you see them all together right about now, that means something's getting done. What? I don't know. Sure. Like I said, you better not have Michy Batshuayi coming in that door. You better
Michy Batshuayi.
You better not have Batshuayi coming in the door. You better not have some of these lower tier players coming in that door.
Yeah. And for those in the chat, we got Miss Molina's joined us, as some of you know if you've followed her on Twitter. She's just recovering from an illness, but she's back in doing.
So glad
shows.
to have you back, dear. Glad to have you back.
Yeah. So you'll see her face soon when she's ready. But she's in the doing some live shows So good hearing you on the chat, on the shows, and look to
You
see
need
you
to
on
invite
your
her on the
channel soon.
road trip,
Huh?
Gary. So do you need
Yeah.
to invite her on the road trip?
You know what? It's a timing thing. I don't know. I thought I maybe have mentioned it, but I think sometimes I feel like the UK fans is really hard
Or
for
of a
me
trip.
to request.
one
So
of
maybe I haven't. Maybe that's on me. Maybe it's on me. But I'll try and do better with that. But yeah, I would like to
You've
have.
never invited Miss Melina onto any of your shows.
It's
Oh,
a
Gary.
disgrace. Absolute
Oh,
disgrace.
Gary.
Melina, you're
Absolute-
invited. Melina, you're invited to the Southern Goon anytime you want to come on. You just hit me up,
It's really. I'm sorry. Guys are
and
calling
we're
me out.
gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it. Melina's in Canada. See, she's in
Oh, that's
Canada.
right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just made an excuse, really bad one.
Timing issue.
Timing issue.
She said the same time zone as time zone
It's
as
like
the-
you've never asked her issue.
I know it is. Miss Felina, if you're hearing this, you're welcome to come in
Outrageous.
anytime. And oh my, I'm bad. I'm sorry. I'm not keeping this to myself. I want to share it with everybody. So,
Scandalous.
yes. Stan's got it. Here we go. Anybody for a Balogun? We'll let him.
Yeah.
I think Balogun should stay where he's at.
He's still a third option. First and
No,
second option.
I think he should stay where he's at on loan.
This is a Saliba situation.
Yeah,
He
this
can
is
come
one of those-
back and you'll give him some minutes, but he's not gonna get the growth you want unless you just let him play where he is. So
Plus, in this kind of situation, it could wreck him. Because if he came back and it didn't go well, everybody get him out of here. So I just kind of let him sit where he is.
yeah,
You could bring back
I-
Sylvan Wiltord, although he's 48.
We can
No,
get
I don't
Lauren
know
too.
that.
Bring Lauren.
I think you guys scared off Miss Melina thinking I didn't want her on my show. Oh, that's
We all
nuts.
said we wanted her. Just Gary.
Miss Melina, what is it? I didn't even read the comment here. It said play Xhaka up front as a striker. Xhaka has played as a striker before, just not at Arsenal though. Wow, I didn't know that. I would not have known that, but I think I'll have Martinelli up front. I even think I have Saka up front before we go to Xhaka.
Yeah, you got
I think
Martinelli,
Saka could play up front if we
Saka,
need him
Smith
to.
Rowe. There's a lot before Granit Xhaka.
So yeah, no, it's well, you know what? We always get pressed into making a move, and hopefully they actually heed the warning, get somebody. And if Nketiah is the man, then he's going to play, and we'll find out pretty quickly and pretty swiftly, right? Yeah, Martinelli up front is a good one for me. Yeah, and this is another fear as well. Does Saliba re-sign if he wins the World Cup or run Madrid?
If that's your
This year,
biggest
Parker.
fear, you're doing all right in life.
If what?
If that's your biggest fear, you're doing all right in life.
Yeah, but we would rather have him on our squad.
Yeah, but ain't he only got like a 5-year contract or something?
He's got a year or two left, I think. So he's got a year and then a re-up or something like that. All right. So
All right.
So you got
Problem with him is
Yep.
last October we started his contract. Still not signed.
Yeah.
It's a little
It takes
concerning.
time for him.
Yeah.
Year and a half.
Marquinhos is once again another project, right? And you know me, I don't really like projects. So not when we need somebody who's going to play right
You
right
love
now.
Martinelli. That was a project. You love.
I didn't say Martinelli was a
player.
project. I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
He was your favorite player. He was a project.
Well, you know what? Nuno, Tavares, and Sambi are also projects, and I don't like them, and I don't think anybody else does.
Huh? You might differ with you. With a goal.
With what?
Say.
Oh,
With a goal and scoring.
ESR will be back. Hopefully, he's back and ready to go. I don't know.
The
I think the
Probably
problem,
they'll
the
be
problem
back for
still.
6 weeks and he'll be gone for another set.
Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope not. I don't think any of us said he would start for France.
I didn't even know he was French.
I don't think any of us said he would start. I don't think we
I
said
knew
that,
he was
did we?
French.
I don't know if you're the only one that said that. I don't know. I don't think
No,
I said he would start.
Ray was building him up.
Oh, yeah. Ray was
Letting
building
down
up
on it.
Tavage as well. So there you go.
Just
Yeah.
Ray, Stanley. Just Ray.
Oh, I didn't see what you
Trying
were
to find
doing
us.
there, Tony, but all
Did you-
right.
Did you not invite Stan so we can have more of a Brady?
Oh. When Stan has time, he lets me know. So
That's why I told Gary. I was like, Gary, can I please go on your show? I didn't get invited, but I think Gary knows the drill. I think whenever I'm free, I like to come
so,
on.
like I said, Miss Molina, if you ever can come on the show, I definitely would love to have you come on and chat with us. I don't think I
Figure
ever
out what
said that Sleeper
time
would
codes he's
start.
in.
What do you mean, like start like all the matches, like be at the number one? I don't think so. I don't think I would have said that. So would he get a start? You would hope so, but you know what? They haven't needed him, so there you go. You guys are talking about what's in your pipe, yeah. All right.
I'm trying to figure out if I can put something in my pipe with one hand.
You said you did something with a one hand, right? So
No, I said I don't know if I can pack a pipe.
no.
Wow.
Oh damn. What else we got going on there? So yeah, so with that, I think with the goal Drew's score, he is now bypassed Henri. Some people said he's much better than Henri, which I don't know how they even get to that point where they're saying that, but there is talk that Giroud is much better player than Henri. He might get his second World Cup. He might be getting.
Not a chance. No.
Not a chance. You
Why,
see it out
why
there.
even bring it up?
Because I saw it out
Who
there.
said that? No, come on.
So what was? Remember 2010, right? I believe it was a playoff to get into the World Cup, and
yeah,
I think if I'm right, and they play Ireland, and I remember that whole sequence when there was a handball, offside, and the other foul too. And I believe somehow William Gullis was also involved with that. That was pretty funny. From then on, I think Thierry Henry's career with France was basically over by then. But it was like tarnished at the same time. Because here's a guy who was a pretty good player, I might add. And that first team fell from grace from then on, right? Because you saw it for a moment when they went to South Africa and the practice, right? When they fired their coach. Who was the coach with him? Tom.
The France coach in 2010, I believe, was Raymond Dominic. I might have the pronunciation
That's
wrong.
the one that used to use tarot
I'm pretty
cards.
sure you're right.
So that was a whole crazy thing.
I only know that though off the top of my head because he got into the argument with Nicolas Anelka at the World Cup and sent him home.
That's right. Okay.
But I think his career is, if you're going to say like Henri's France career was tarnished, it would have been because of that World Cup, not specifically what he did to Ireland. Because Roy Keane, who I'm a fan of his punditry, but I'm obviously not a fan of the fact that he represents Manchester United. Basically said at the time, like, Ireland can sit there and cry about what happened, but they had chances to boot the ball out and defend the goal. Basically, it's like you could sit there like, Thierry Henry screwed you over, but why didn't you just kick the ball out of play, sort of thing. But because then they went on. They probably would have wished that they didn't qualify at all, because they then went on to get no wins in that World Cup, if I remember correctly. I believe they lost 3-0 to South Africa.
Then they
went
also
home.
lost to Mexico, right? They also
Yeah,
to Mexico.
and they were all fighting over who gets to sit where on the bus. If I obviously I weren't there, so I'm not the biggest expert on it, but it was things along the lines of like Samir Nasri being told that, oh, this is Thierry Henry's seat at the back of the bus, and him basically going, I don't give a fuck, who's Thierry Henry?
I think Mr. Big Gunner here is like something's wrong. It's sleep on a Mustafi level. I don't know what's going on there.
I did catch
I
that.
don't remember saying that, but I don't know what. Are you saying minutes in the World Cup? I mean, he's getting minutes just like
Ray
Martin
was
did,
Ray.
so
and
I don't.
Sam Baser.
I've managed to get into an argument with Nicholas and Elka, to be fair. So.
Me and Stan said that he would struggle to get minutes.
Oh, man. I mean, I yeah, he's got the skills to play, but they haven't needed him. So, he was not a starter. Yeah, Drew is even better than Benzema. If he was playing, he would start, right? So much for that. But when he stepped in, he's helped out, right? So, what else we got going on here?
Yeah, but that record is temporary. Like the second it was set, it was just like, yeah, all right, you've scored more than Henry, but you're also playing with the guy that's going to break your record.
He knows that. He knows that.
Yeah,
Tom.
of course. Yes,
Tom.
Tony.
Yeah.
We're about 19 and a half minutes past your segment.
What are you trying? Why are you trying to organize the show? We'll get to it. We'll get to it when we get to it.
He just wants to eat some chips. That's all it was. He just wants to eat some. He wants to feel better about.
The man has nothing to say about football, so he just wants to move. Wants us to move on.
I
Hey,
mentioned I was involved.
Tony thinks this is a house confederate circle. That's why he thinks he can control the time.
Yeah, and I hear this all the time. The only way he can be a legend if he plays in other leagues.
Gary, be nice to
that?
a one-legged, one-armed man.
What is it?
So be nice.
I'm surprised
to
you
a
don't
one-legged,
topple over.
one-armed man.
Yeah.
What's that? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I was just gonna say, what's that on your
Come
right
on,
side
go there,
there?
Gary.
This is Brazil lost. I guess it's 2006 because of too many egos. Ronaldo chasing a record. Adriana not playing the best. Hopefully Neymar chasing play doesn't destroy. You know what? I saw today, and I think if you saw today, Neymar, he had Vinny Jr. open on the left side, and he wouldn't pass it to him. I mean, he had nobody guarding him. If he just chips it over to him, he gets a nice shot.
Yeah, but you know what happened in that second half, right? And what I found fascinating, right? Because the game was done, right? The game was dead at half time, clearly. So it literally became you could literally like when they came out for the second half, Neymar had his arm around Rafinha as if and you could tell he was basically saying to him, "We're all going to tee you up so you score." So every time they got the ball, any of the front foot three were basically like, "Where's Rafinha? Where's Rafinha?" Because it was like he's the only one that hadn't scored at that point. I thought it was an interesting display of team spirit to be like, we want our mate, because they all you could tell like they're all stars, but he's the one like they all like because he's the one that set them up in qualifying and made them look amazing. So he didn't score though, obviously, because he's still got the Leeds effect on him. But
No, that's when you get in. That's that kind of mindset is why you will struggle. I mean, you just if you can punish a team, you just punish it and you make it easy, right? Because that'll just open things up for Rafinha in the next match. Because then they'll have to move. They'll be eyeing Vinny. Next thing you know, Rafinha's there to do the job. So,
I mean, he was part in that first half. He was well worth his money in that demolition. Like he was just as like he never scored, but he was part of it, and had a lot of the ball. got the first assist, etc. But I just thought it was interesting. Even the likes of Neymar were like, "No, I want him to score."
Well, and it shows you kind of either the respect or lack of respect they had, for their opponent, all right? And I don't think you can play like that. I think you just go in and you just dominate and you move on, all right? Do you play around with other teams? You get punished for that later on. It backfires later on. It always does. It always comes around. Big circle comes around. So
they were getting a lot of shit on the English commentary, not commentary, like the punditry. Roy Keane again, Graham Souness, who basically they were not happy with the celebrating after the goals. They were like, the first or second goal, fine, because you're in but it's still a competition at that point. But 4-0 before half time, and you're dancing and all this, and the host of the show was basically like, it's in their DNA to do that. There's a shirt. Right.
Well, I don't mind it dancing, but you just respect your opponent. Comes back to haunt you. And as Steven says here, Tony's reminding him of the Black Knight from the Monty Python Holy Grail. It's a flesh wound. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Oh, here's another thing that I didn't like about the broadcast. I don't know if you guys heard it, at least over here in the U.S. when they were talking about Brazil and TT and what was it? Pacata. No, Pacata. No, Pacata. That's what they were saying. They kept saying Pacata. And I'm like,
Takano Asano.
I was like, his name is Paqueta. It's
actually pronounced Pachet.
Well, they were saying it wrong. They weren't even saying it like it's a Spanish name.
Well,
like Paqueta.
My favourite mispronunciation is Arsenal legend Paul Merson during the Leeds Bournemouth game. I've sent Gary the video of this where Paul Merson's screaming about Willie Gnonto's goal, but he keeps calling him Tonto. And I don't understand. Yeah, he's like, what a goal from Tonto! Like he's not even trying to be like disrespectful. Like he's genuinely excited about how good he is or how good he played. But he kept going Tonto with the ball. Oh, what a strike from Tonto! And to the point where even the host of the show had to be like, "Have you watched The Lone Ranger lately?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after the game, again, when they asked him about the game, he went, great performance from Tonto. It was like, have you learned nothing, Paul Merson?
Yeah.
That's your Messi.
There you go. Nah.
Wait,
Kirstie Alley? Oh, I didn't realize
Kirstie Alley died.
I did not see that. Kirstie Alley has passed away.
Man. Damn.
Oh, man.
Our stars are going away, man. Yeah, Kirstie Alley is gone. Wow, I did not see that.
It is not true, the first part of it.
I'm more surprised that she was 71.
Oh. Did not. That's
Sorry, speaking out loud.
She's had health problems.
Yeah, the cancer. Yeah, she passed away from cancer.
Mm-hmm. Brazil versus Argentina. You think that'll happen?
Yeah, that is. You talk about high theater. That'll be, man. That'll be a good game.
You think Argentina has a chance?
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody has a chance. This World Cup, man.
Well, I'm just going. Okay, let's go by what's on paper then, as opposed to
they've both got the same strength and weakness. Everyone thinks that their defenses can be got at. You just got to get through their forward line and midfield to do it.
But I mean, for me, you've got, I guess maybe I don't know who Argentina has on their front line, but is it as formidable as a Neymar, Vinny Jr., Rafinha? Is it that strong? I didn't think it was.
I don't know. I personally think that the front of Brazil is stronger than the front of Argentina, but it's like Arsenal playing Tottenham, isn't it? Like, even when Arsenal say, like, you're not at your peak of your powers, it's not like everyone raises their game as such. or you expect Arsenal to raise their game for that match, same as they all expect to raise their game for that match.
I don't know. I just feel like you've got a lot of weapons on the Brazil side up front, and you're saying that they're equal. I don't think they're equal on paper. I mean, you got Messi. If Messi's on, then yeah. I mean, that's a one-man army that could destroy a Brazilian, back line if he's on his game. But you've got like 3 or 4 options on the Brazilian side, right? If one of them gets hot, could be in trouble. So,
are we destined for Argentina versus Portugal in the final? Is that what we're heading for?
oof.
The match to decide who is the greatest player of all time, basically.
That's what it would be. That would be like having a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that you talk about high theater, man. That will be talked about for decades.
Yep.
Decades.
Argentina have never played Portugal in a competitive match. Found this out the other day.
That's a crime in itself. Yeah.
Okay, so
They've played friendly, but I think they've played 8 times in a friendly, but they've never played in a tournament.
Is Otamendi still playing for Argentina?
Sorry?
Otamendi?
Yeah, he still plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. I think he made the mistake. Because why they lost to Saudi Arabia, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
For those Fleetwood Mac fans,
yep.
Christine McVie has passed away as well, or passed away recently. I think it is. It sounds like it. So a few days ago. So yeah. And Stan obviously has a joke, I guess. I don't know. Charleston's playing like a Messi. Should be. Is he really that good?
His goal was quite tasty, though.
No, I know, but I mean, do you go? All right. When I talked about the front 4, I never mentioned him. Was I wrong by not mentioning him when I talk about the Brazilian?
Well, no, because I wished I didn't have to mention him either. Because I didn't like him before he played for Tottenham. He's a diving fucker.
I mean, the one thing I think that playing without DCL was that he actually had to do a lot more, even though he doesn't do it now. But he was the only thing they had, and he did perform for them. So that was a little disappointing. But he also liked to roll around on the ground.
Yeah. This is great. Can we do the food bit, please? I'm hungry.
So are we ready? Everybody ready to hear what's going on here? So it's almost that time. We are at 67 minutes here, so we probably should start thinking about getting out of here. So I know Tony's been waiting for this.
Going to upset a lot of people here because I thought I'd go for something different this week, and I thought I'd go with Pringles.
Wow.
And I've gone with the original flavour of Pringles because
Those are not, Tom.
Sorry?
So those aren't
delicious.
technically crisp.
Pringles, man.
I thought you might say that, which is why I took another trip to the shop. And I've got myself some. And you know it's going to be good because it's in foil.
What the world is that?
I got myself some chicken wings, baby.
Oh, you talking about that talk? Yeah, brother. What flavor chicken wings you got there, brother?
Fuck, I tried to get
Are they cold?
Tom in at 37 minutes. Here, Gary is 67 minutes in. What's wrong, Gary?
What flavor are those?
The sauce I have on them is called peri peri.
Peri peri. All right.
Delicious.
It's like their peri chicken.
Hey Tom, are they cold? Are they cold?
They are a bit cold, but the spice on them, the spiciness distracts from the fact that they're not hot.
That fire.
Winner chicken dinner. There you go. Yeah.
Delicious.
And Big's gonna want to see Brazil and England. Can that happen?
I think so.
Yeah.
I forget how the brackets is set up. Because I don't. Yeah. No, can they happen? Can that happen?
Yeah.
Okay. I forget how the bracket looks though. But
England or France will play Spain, Morocco, Portugal, or Switzerland.
okay. When you guys were talking Brazil and Argentina, I was thinking you were talking about in the finals, but that would be in the semifinals.
No, that's the semi-final match.
Yeah. So Brazil whoever comes out of that semifinal is going to be beat up if it works out the way it's supposed to. So that might play in the hands of anybody. Think tomorrow we'll get a big upset? Switzerland or Morocco?
Who is playing who tomorrow?
Portugal is playing Switzerland and Morocco is playing Spain.
I can see Morocco upsetting Spain. Believe it or not.
I can see Switzerland upsetting Portugal.
I think a lot of people will be laughing if that happens.
The reason I think Switzerland have a chance against Portugal is because Switzerland probably excel at the sort of thing that will frustrate Portugal. And also, out of the last 5 times they've played each other, Switzerland have won twice without conceding a goal. So it could play out. I mean, don't get me wrong. The times Portugal won out of the 5 games, it was like 4-0, 3-0. But then the time Switzerland won, it was 1-0, 2-0. So it's literally attack versus defense.
Yeah, there should be some entertaining games because, as you said, everybody said it's going to be at least one upset, and there really hasn't been one. I think Japan probably could have won. They should have won today, but they didn't. Their luck ran out. What else we got going on here?
Who's the fridge?
Who's the what?
Who's the fridge?
The fridge, Maguire.
Oh, I know of him as Slabhead Maguire.
Oh, he's
Who's
the
got
fridge.
nothing for it.
He moves like a fridge, you know.
I'll say this though, in his defence, I don't like defending Manchester United players, but he has been one of the better players for England in this tour.
You know what? I think Stones has been the better one there in the pairing for sure. And Maguire hasn't had to defend 1-on-1. You have not. I don't believe you. Like in the many games that I've watched of England, Maguire hasn't had to defend 1-on-1. Stones has, and he's done really well at it.
We would have lost to the United States if Harry Maguire hadn't have made some.
No, those were header clearances, but it was Stones who had 1-on-1. But the header clearances, first we have to get to the header, even if he didn't clear it. We're not good header. We don't have good headers of the ball. So that's not. He reduced a chance for sure, but the 1-on-1s where you needed a center back to go in there and defend somebody with the ball, Stones did really well in that match. That's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why England was able to hold on to a point there.
Okay.
For me,
to be
more
fair,
than
you are arguing something I don't really care about. I mean, I do think
you brought it up. You brought it up.
I
You started it.
He's done well. I brought he's done well, and then you went, "Oh, Sons is better." Okay, he's better. I don't care. 2 players can both do well in a team.
Yeah. So tomorrow, as you guys know, Portugal plays Switzerland and Morocco plays Spain. And we're around 75 minutes here, so we're going to get ready to say our goodbyes. Any other topics we want to talk about before we get out of here?
No.
LeBron has.
What is that?
Liberace's notebook.
Liberace's notebook. Is there a question? Do we have a question?
Certainly a question.
A question.
Excuse me.
Oh, right.
Let me just... Okay. So So, on Saturday, we discovered who the youngest and oldest player to score and assist in a World Cup game was. Both were Lionel Messi. We also discovered that Switzerland have gone the longest time without conceding a goal in the World Cup, with their 559 minutes across 16 years. Impressive. But who has got the longest time between goals in the World Cup? Which player has the longest time between scoring a goal and scoring another one in the World Cup? Who? Who? Who?
I don't know,
Stan's not enjoying the
Come on,
production
man.
value.
Where's your guess?
Anybody got a guess?
Nah.
I'm gonna guess it's an Italian player.
Wrong.
Is it the guy from Germany?
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. That's my
It's not.
daughter. She's playing the marimba, though. It's not the xylophone. So, Roger Miller is...
I thought it added a zesty background to the question.
Hmm.
So Roger Miller was the oldest player to score. I think he might still be. Not sure.
Nicholas Bentner.
Is he right or wrong?
I mean, I
That
don't even
is
know if he played at a
definitely
World Cup.
wrong.
I know he played at Europe because he got the Euros because he got fined for wearing the pants.
Matt,
Yeah.
you got it wrong. It's Rory.
Yeah. Is it Pele?
No.
It's not Pele.
Hmm. All right. That's some clues.
Are we ready for the answer?
Is it
We
Bergkamp?
already
Oh, go on,
got
Alonso. Sorry?
Bergkamp.
Bergkamp. Oh, no, sorry, it's not. The answer is Denmark's Michael Laudrup, brother of Brian Laudrup, both played in the same team. His penalty against France on the 24th of June 1998 came 12 years and 16 days after his goal against Uruguay in the 8th of June 1986. Meaning the longest time between World Cup goals by one player is 12 years and 16 days.
Wow. Amazing.
Cool. All right, Mr. Tom.
I've got an even shittier question for you next week, but that's all right. We'll get to it then.
All right.
Pardon my language. Seriously, thank you everyone for their time supporting the show, supporting Gary on his various shows, and supporting
Yes, I am.
people on this panel on their various shows. Good luck to Tony in his phone call. Seriously, I hope he gets what he needs. No, seriously, thank you for everyone for supporting us, especially the people in England that are staying up to an unreasonable hour to watch us talk and to watch me eat. And the chicken wings were delicious, and I'm going to eat the remaining 13 of them after the show.
There you go.
Have a good week.
Yeah. All right, Lonzo, say your goodbyes to the people.
Hey guys, thanks for having me, Gary, Tony, and your phone call. Thanks, Matt, for being here. Thanks, Tom, for making me laugh. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to move for England from now on. I have high hopes for them. I hope they beat France. I hope they bring their A game. They're going to need it. I just hope that Gabriel Jesus can recover in time to make an impact. Hopefully, it won't be that bad, but we all know it is. Hopefully, Arsenal can find a proper replacement for him and continuing to do well in the league. So yeah, hoping for a good World Cup. For those watching, thanks for everyone in the chat for joining us tonight. Especially those who are watching from England. So yeah, good night.
Cool. Tony?
Yeah, first we'll go to Miss Melina. But apparently Gary can't invite her because she's in the same time zone, just a little north of Gary. And a little country.
It's like a dog with a bone, Tony, isn't he?
I know, he's just like beating a man when he's down. Keep going.
Didn't you, Gary? No, it's good to be around you guys, even though I can't even flip you all. My hands that numb. I can't do a
It's
middle
trying.
finger.
I can see the potential there.
I can't get there. I got a nerve block. Walgreens to fill my pain pill prescription since this. So instead, I might have to go visit the dispensary. Continue and not watching the World Cup. Still not watch the clip. Proud of me at this point.
Well, you should be doing it for the principle of doing it, not so we'll be proud of you.
Tom, what were those Pringles? No, they're technically not a crisp.
I would give them 6.5 out of 10 because they're very tasty, but obviously the flavour is salt.
Is that
What
score
about
a
your
final?
chicken flavored chicken?
Oh, that's a 9.8.
Perry chicken?
That's delicious, genuinely delicious. If I could, I would actually have it sent to each of you during the show so we could all sit and munch simultaneously on the
Whatever
chicken.
flavor would it be compared to besides the word peri peri? What
It's
type
like
of style food is it?
It's a South African spicy sauce.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you got to say, Tony?
Nope. Here. One
All
arm,
right.
one
Cool.
leg. I'm still here.
There you go. All right, Matt.
You carry.
We are top of the league. We are top of the league. I said we are top of the league. Enjoy this World Cup and
Matt?
have fun and just enjoy.
Cool.
That's
Give
it.
me that kit that you got on.
Yeah.
Send me
No,
your
you can't
kit,
have
Matt.
you can't have Ella for phenomenal. You cannot have him, my friend.
I'll put somebody else's name on the back. I'm not.
You can't have the
Yeah.
Plus,
As you
Gary's
said here,
gonna-
England Brazil final would be cool to see. Definitely cool. Thank you, Stephen, for the good show. Big Gunner, Miss Melina.
Gary's going to tell everyone to
Yeah.
embrace the hate.
The hate? Oh yes,
Matt,
yes.
for not getting me a Brazilian shirt, you never get beef.
that brisket. That is that brisket.
Oh, Tony, I hope we get well too. I hope we get well soon, Tony.
Yeah.
Well, brother.
Yep.
The good news, Alonzo, is when strong enough in 3 months, this one gets it.
Oh, so it's just oof. Well, as you say, get well, Tony. Surgery 1 done. You got 2 months or 2.5 months or whatever it is until the next one, and 6 months from now, you'll be almost a whole man.
Or a whole
But if
$6
he gets
million
two,
man.
if he gets 2 more surgeries, he gets the stamp on his card, so he gets the
There you
next
go.
one
He
for
gets
free.
a free coffee. He gets a free coffee and a biscuit. So
Can we say?
everybody,
Can I say one more
we're gonna head out of
thing
here.
before
Everybody,
we go, Gary?
what is that?
One thing, Gary.
What is it?
Tom, apologize for me for acting.
You cut out
Wait,
on me. I don't know what he said.
No, I didn't. I heard the words Tom, are you, then apologise. Interesting.
For me getting a lollipop. You said Tony probably got a
Yes.
lollipop, and I actually
Yes, and then he did
a
have a
lollipop.
lollipop. Yes. Well, no. Why am I going to sorry? You enjoyed the lollipop.
You guys,
It's
we're gonna
still
get
in the
out of here
kitchen.
anyways.
I haven't eaten it yet.
We're talking lollipops and stuff. This is backroom stuff, so we're gonna move along. Everybody, thank you again for
Have a
joining
good
us.
night.
We will do this
Good night,
again
everyone.
on Monday next time. We'll be talking. What are we talking? We're talking semifinals.
Yeah, we talk.
We'll see who's in. We'll see who's in the semifinals then.
Semifinals in the latest greatest chips.
There we go. And
Yep.
I don't know where the hot food item came in there because that was a surprise to me. I thought it was all about the crisps, but you know,
I thought the fake
Mr.
crisp
Tom likes to
were,
do things his own way. But anyways, we're out of here. We'll see you again. As I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride, and may the force be with you, or the dark side, or whatever. But we're out.
Why not? Why not?
We'll see you guys.